How do you make your kids listen without you yelling? I'm sorry, that answer does not exist. Why not? You can tell me yourself. Think about your kids. If I would give you one advice today for a specific situation, I bet the same advice for the same mom, for the same child, even on the same day, might not work the next time. Why not? Because life. Because the reason why your child is not listening, why they're having big emotions, why they are hitting you or their siblings, the reason might be different every time. You know, this is why I turn it around. I am not the expert at your child. I will never blame or claim to have all the answers for you. To give you not even one answer, not even 10 answers will help you always. Not even one book would be enough to describe how special your child is and what they are going through every day. Because you tell me yourself, think about the last 3, 5, 10 scenarios when your kid did something that triggered you. And it might have been the same thing. It might have been they were not listening, or they had a big tantrum, they were screaming, yelling. Was it always for the same reason? I don't think so. Right? There is a difference if your child is being sad or having like a huge anger outburst. There might be a different reason behind. One day they might do it because they're overstimulated. You just spend a full day in a busy playground with tons of kids and noise, and they're just like, they've done, like they had enough. All they need is actually some quiet calm and some proper food in their stomach, right? They might have a tantrum another day because they're coming out of school when they had to behave, because there are rules. If kids don't listen at school, nursery, kindergarten, wherever, they're punished, they're singled out, they're judged, shamed by everybody. Of course, at school, my teacher might tell you, your child is so sweet and so cute, so well behaved at school, and they turn into a devil monster when they come home, and you're thinking like, what the heck? Why do I get the worst out of my kid? It's such an angel. Everybody thinks like, oh, you're so lucky you have such a sweet child. When they come home, they're a monster. Well, this is why. This is exactly the reason. It's connected. It's not either or, it's connected, right? So then for you, the answer on how to manage your child's meltdowns at the end of the day after they come from school, the answer will be completely different because they need a different thing. Because their meltdown is caused by the fact that at school there are strict rules they have to obey, and at home they actually feel safe with you to let it all go out, just like you feel safe to complain to your best friend because you know she will hopefully not judge you. Yes? That's why otherwise you can be such a positive, bubbly person, but then you see your best friend and you're like, this sucks. And I'm such a terrible mom because I just yell at my kid, even though on Instagram you're posting all of these nice, beautiful, smiling pictures with your kids, right? They feel safe to release and be who they are and just like decompress and breathe after a tough day, right? And that's also a then different meltdown than a kid who was bullied at school, or who just like broke up with their best friend, or whose best friend just made some hurtful comment about them. So they actually feel hurt. They feel like if my best friend is not talking to me and playing with me anymore, like this is painful. Yeah? Where are the big emotions coming from? You have no chance of having the empathy and compassion for a child and help them work through their big tantrum if you feel triggered by it. If you feel triggered because you were never allowed in your childhood to have big emotions, and whenever you were talking back, saying no, and crying and being angry, then people send you like, just go to your room. Come back when you're nice. Oh, go sit at this chair, like a punishment chair. I couldn't even tell you the amount of like parenting shows I saw, like from, I think most of them were from UK. There was like this super nanny coming and putting kids on shame chairs. Like, you will sit on this chair until you understand what you did that was wrong. And then you come and apologize. When was the last time it worked for you that somebody shamed you for making a mistake? I'm not saying, look, I'm not here to say have no boundaries. Okay? If your kids drew on the floor, beat up their younger sibling, or made a total mess with the food, I'm not saying that you should just like smile, have understanding, and just clean up for the rest of your day and tomorrow they do it again. No! Yes, they do need boundaries, but you don't teach them a lesson by shaming them? How did that work with you? Like, yeah, you might have been an obedient good girl, but look at the price you're paying until today. Not feeling good enough about yourself, not feeling like you can ever speak up, not feeling like your contribution is ever worthy. It doesn't work. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, you understand. But this is why, going back to my point, this is why you should stop looking for one single answer about how can I stop yelling at my kids? How do I make them listen the first time I ask? Okay? There is no one single answer. You, my dear supermom or superdad, will understand what the answer is once you stop feeling triggered by your own childhood stuff, because you were not allowed to have a discussion with your parents. You were not allowed to not listen the first time they ask you. So now you get triggered by like, how dare you? I had to listen to my parents the first time they ask. How dare you not listen for 99 times until I yell? I don't want to yell. I don't want to be like my parents, but you leave me no chance. No other choice. Okay? That's why we need to clean that up.